Portugal are through to the knockout rounds. Welcome into the latest edition of ESPN FC Daily. I'm Kay Murray. This is Luis Miguel Echegaray. You can call him LME. Portugal are through, 2 goals from Bruno Fernandes. It looked as though the first goal was Cristiano Ronaldo's, but apparently hair doesn't count, Luis.
No, he has some good hair gel, I think, because otherwise, had his hair been a mess, I think he probably could have claimed that one. But that was definitely a Bruno Fernandes goal. FIFA claimed for it to be so. And listen, this is the apology train hour. Choo-choo, all aboard. LME really predicted. I thought Portugal were really going to beep the bed at this World Cup, and they didn't. Fair play to Fernando Santos. He seems a little bit more flexible in his strategy and his formation. I thought Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva, the Manchester duo, they were fantastic today. And Uruguay, my goodness, so disappointing, okay? They really are a shadow of themselves ever since Diego Alonso took over. I thought they were going to really show what they're all about after Diego Alonso took over in the qualifiers, but no, it was pretty bad. It was very boring the first 45 minutes, actually.
Cristiano Ronaldo had also already come off when Portugal were awarded a penalty. What did you make of the decision for that penalty?
It was a pen, I think. I think when you show the slow motion, you could see the hand touching the ball. I was reading Twitter during that moment. It's never a good thing to do that, I guess. But, you know, obviously people complain.
Yeah, exactly. Another moment's wonderful times.
Yeah, it's an evergreen message, isn't it? No, it was a penalty. And I know our producer hates those kind of pens from Bruno Fernandes. But, you know, it was a good finish. And I think it pretty much told the story of Uruguay right now. They were too passive at the beginning, devoid of ideas at the end, and Portugal took full advantage. So well done. They're in the round of 16 alongside France and Brazil.
Yes, exactly. 3 of them already through. Now, scoring first is actually very important for Portugal. We've got one of the very good stats through here. They are 14-0-3 in World Cup matches. That's win, lose, or draw, by the way, guys. I had to learn that when I came to America. When they score first, that's the second most wins without a loss when scoring first in World Cup history.
Wow.
It's Poland who have the record there, and they are 15-0-0. And you don't need to know which way draw and loses when it comes to 15-0-0. But so Portugal have changed your mind somewhat, Luis Miguel. Do you think they can build on this and that they can go on and cause a bit of trouble in these knockout rounds? Or are you going to wait to see who they're going to get?
No, I think that Fernando Santos has shown me that he's evolved, at least in this tournament. They are more than Cristiano Ronaldo. They have a tremendous midfield. I mean, I talked about Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva, but obviously the likes of Ruben Neves and then when you have Joao Cancelo on one side and then Rafa Leao, obviously I feel for Nuno Mendes, who was just in tears at the beginning there. An injury which surely puts him out of the World Cup. But this is a very deep squad. But most importantly, my thing about Portugal, Kay, was can you be more than just, your tunnel vision, focus to Ronaldo, be reactive? They're not being reactive in this tournament. They're being very proactive, and that's a great thing to see.
Let's bring Gab Marcotti in. He's watched this game as well. Portugal against Uruguay, finishing 2-0 to Portugal. And it'd be great, Gab, to hear your thoughts on what we saw in this clash.
I'm pretty much on board with LME. It was funny in the build-up to this on the Gab and Joe show. We were saying okay, Fernando Santos should pick Antonio Silva to replace Danilo Pereira, but he obviously won't. And we were right. He did. He went with Pep, and I thought they actually held up pretty well. Grudgingly, I have to give credit to Fernando Santos because he showed that, as Elemi said, it's not just it's not just doing it defensively. He is playing, I think, around the skills that he has available to him. Would it be better, in my opinion, if João Felix were on the bench and Rafael Leao were playing? Yes, but hey, you take one thing at a time, and I think we're getting there. And I think if this team's going to advance, we're going to need the whole squad. We saw Leao come on and score last week, or not last week, game before this.
It feels like last week, that's for sure.
It does feel like last week. It feels like we're about 36 games in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had the last of those early games, guys, so don't worry about that. Although Gab's actually out there in Qatar.
Yeah.
We'll get to another story later that's just broken while this game was going on that has given Gab even more work, and that's to do with Juventus. But that comes a little later in the show. Just to let you know, though, it is coming up. All right, Luis, you just said that going on Twitter can be a bit tricky at times. You know, you never know what you're going to find. We've just been taking a look on Twitter and we found that Cristiano Ronaldo has tweeted. He's had nothing better to do after the game but tweet, "How do you like that, LME? Silencing another one of my haters with that performance." I mean, already it's got 4 billion quote tweets on this one. So, you know, people have been feeling that you've been very, very harsh against Cristiano Ronaldo, and it seems to have bothered him too. So do you take back what you've said?
I'm just really glad that Ronaldo, unlike half my family, cares about me and knows my name and wants to share me and tweet at me. I mean, it's fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll take it. Just, you know, just like Andy Warhol said, any kind of publicity is good publicity. So I'll take it. I'm not taking anything back. I never even said anything bad. That first penalty for Ghana was not a penalty for Ronaldo. Shouldn't have taken it. And then when the refs are calling him a genius, like, come on, like, it wasn't a pen. And today he didn't score. It was Bruno Fernandes, and FIFA agreed with me. I think Ronaldo's amazing, but when it's not his goal, it's not his goal. But I'll take the publicity though. Thank you.
It would be nice if you could tweet him back, but I don't think you're going to be able to do that because it looks as though he's blocked you.
Again, him and my family as well. So there you go.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.